हाँ जी, स्क्रीन शेयर करिए, दिखाइए क्या प्रॉब्लम आएगी।
Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to White Fortress Cybersecurity. Last time on Saturday, we covered the practical of man in the middle attack. Very good evening, Louise. Welcome back to the channel. And guys, whosoever have missed it, they can go and watch the recorded lecture. Okay, it's just in half an hour practical, nothing very difficult in it. You can try doing it on your own. If you get any doubt, any question during the practical, you can definitely contact me on the number given in the description below, or you can tell me in the chat box and everything. So now today's topic is gonna be password cracking. We will start with the what is password cracking, then some password cracking techniques, tools, then the practical part, and of course, whatsoever we are doing here is for ethical purposes only. And for we will learn about the password security, then conclusion. Let's start. So, what is password cracking? First of all, password cracking is the process of attempting to recover a password through various methods. So, if you're thinking like uh, we are gonna just crack into the system, yes, we can definitely do that. But what we are performing, all these methods, all these tools, we are using password cracking techniques just for the ethical purposes. Like, for example, to test the security level of our passwords as well as to recover the password. So password cracking is the process of attempting to recover a password in the in an ethical way through various methods such as brute forcing. We will study about what is brute forcing, what are dictionary attacks, and there are more sophisticated techniques like phishing and rainbow table attacks. It's used for legitimate purposes like password recovery, but also poses a risk when used maliciously by the attackers. Okay, so um, they can be used, these techniques can be used maliciously as well as ethically. So if we know how these malicious techniques work, we'll be able to protect our systems, our passwords much more. Okay, so let's take an example to understand this password cracking thing. What happens, uh, how the password is stored in a system. Okay, if I talk about Instagram, so first time, for example, I'm creating an account for the very first time on the Instagram. Okay, I'm creating an account on Instagram for say. Okay, so what I'll have to input username as well as password, and these username and password will be stored in the database, right? They'll be stored in a database. One thing, guys, this password is gonna be stored in a hash format. Okay, it will be hashed and will be stored in a hash format. What is hashing? What is hash format? We will study all of it, but let's just study what is hashing first of all. There are multiple algorithms, multiple algorithms like MD5, SHA-1, SHA-256. These are all your hashing algorithms. So I'm using MD5 hash generator over here. So for example, this is my password of Instagram, password at the rate Instagram. Okay, for example, this is my password. Then I'm generating MD5 here. You can see this MD5 hash. Okay, this is how it will be stored in the on the server end. Okay, this is how my password will look on the server side if hashing is being used to store the passwords into the database. Okay, here you can see the SHA-1 hash. Okay, this is how an MD5 looks like. This is how a SHA-1 hash looks like. These hashes are used to protect your passwords from the attackers, even if they perform some web attack and they have got the complete database having the username, passwords, your contact numbers, they'll still not be able to get the password if hashing is being used. Okay, that's the thing over here. So, there is one very interesting thing about hashing. Like, for example, this is my password at the rate Instagram. So, even if I by mistake type the small p, okay, instead of capital P, if I type even the small p or put in um, space over here, okay, so what will happen? The complete hash will change. Okay, so I'm going to generate here. You can see it's starting with 58 and here it is starting with 5A something. I'm going to generate, and here you can see it's completely changed. It's starting with E8, it's starting with F7 and something like that. So hashes are used for multiple purposes. So first thing the hashes are used for, hashing, hash usage, first of all, is to store the passwords. Store the password hash for password protection. Store the password in hash format for more protection. Okay, next thing, like for example, there is a file. Okay, let's open a file. I'm gonna make a file over here. Let's see if I have, okay, I have this file too. Let's see if there is something in file or file two. Okay, for example, this is the content of file, important data. Okay, so I'm gonna just edit the file a little bit. And before that, let's see what is the hash of this file. Does every file has its hash? Okay, it doesn't matter if it is just a file, just an image, or it's in a video, audio, whatsoever it is, even a word. Everything can be converted into hash format. And just like here, if I open Kali, okay, here also you can see this virtual box has its own hash. This VMware has its own hash. Okay, these are all what? These are all hashes. Here you can see this is SHA-256 sum. SHA-256 hash it is. Okay, so they are used for integrity. Okay, what is integrity? We are coming to that part. Integrity of the file. Like for example, I'm gonna just nano this file now, and I'm gonna change a little bit. Like for example, here I inputted a space by mistake. Okay, and now I'm saving this file. Control S, Control X. Okay, now if I MD5 sum it, okay, this is the MD5 sum. Sorry, of file. MD5 sum of file. This is the MD5 sum of file, and let's see SHA-1 sum of file, and let's see SHA-256 sum of file. Okay, these are all the sum, MD5 sum, SHA-1 sum, SHA-256 sum. I have used multiple algorithms to find the hash of all these. Okay, now let's again change it back to how it was originally. I'm going to remove this space again. I'm going to save it, Control S and Control X. Now let's see what will be the sum, MD5 sum file. Okay, this here you can see this has changed. This has completely changed just because of a space. You can see the complete hash has been changed. Let's see SHA-1 sum. Here you can see here SHA-1 is starting with 9cc and now it has changed to C5A. And let's see the SHA-256 sum as well. SHA-256 sum of file. Here you can see 4EE and here it is starting with 8 to D5. So just the minor change in a particular file can change the whole hash. Okay, that's the main thing. So what it is used for? maintaining the integrity. What do I mean by integrity? For example, it's mostly used for digital forensics. It's used in digital forensics a lot. So I have got some files or something like that, and those files, some evidence files. I've got some evidence files, and these evidence files are stored for research or for like these are evidence files. They are stored. So someone, if someone tries to manipulate them, change data, or while just looking at the file, I by mistakenly added a space or a question mark, any special character, any word has been changed or deleted or anything I have changed, just a minor change will change the complete hash. So to maintain the integrity means no data has been manipulated or changed. This thing is used, okay? Hashing is used for maintaining the integrity of the data. So now we know two uses of hashes: to store the password in a database and to maintain the integrity of the files or documents or whatsoever. And this is how, these are the command. You just have to write the whatsoever it is, SHA-1 or whatsoever the algorithm you want to use for hashing, then sum. Let's come back to our module now. So when user inputs username and password for the first time, okay, I was telling you, when username for the very first time, it will be stored in a database, right? But next time when I want to log in, now I'm gonna log in. I logged out of my system, I have an account, I'm gonna log in and I'm gonna put my username. Okay, like for example, my username is White Fortress Cybersecurity. For example, good evening. White Fortress Cybersecurity, and my password, I already told you. It's something like password at the rate Instagram per se. Instagram. So this is my username, this is my password, which has been already stored, but password is stored in the hash format, right? So this password, when I log in, will be converted first into its hash format, and then it will be matched with the hash stored in the database already. I hope this thing is clear to you. What happens when first time I make an account, my username and password will be stored in a database. But when next time I log in, my username, it will first of all check the username, and after checking the username, it will check the password. It will try to match the hash, not hash format, hash. Okay, it will match the hash with the hash that is already stored in the database. Okay, it will convert my password into the hash. So whatsoever the hashing algorithm is being used in the backend, it depends on it. And guys, if you have any doubts, any questions, just let me know right away. Okay, I'll be really happy to help you guys with all your questions. So um, the user inputs username and password, and the web server system hashes the input password. When I try to log in, this is what happens. And it will search for the credential in the database. And the system compare if the input password hash is equal to the stored hash and gives a response of succeed or fail. Means if the hash matches the hash that is stored in the database, means I will be successfully logged in. Otherwise, authentication will fail. Means I will not be able to log in. Now, what happens? Um, let's open a new tab. So I have got my password. So for example, this is my password and it has been hashed. Okay. This is some weird hashing algorithm I've used, for example. Okay. Now what can happen? There are some techniques like brute force attacks, dictionary attacks, and everything, which can be used for password cracking. Okay, there are some these kind of attacks. Now, what the company did to prevent these brute force and dictionary attack, they add salting. Now, what is this salting? Salting is some random string. Okay, so for example, here they have their own salt, some random string over here. So, what they will do after like in between the password hash, they will put that random string here and there. Okay, here's some random strings and here's the hash. To prevent these attacks, to prevent these brute force and dictionary attacks, this is your salting. So salt is random data that is used as an additional input to a one-way function that hashes data. A password or passphrase, that function is sought to defend against the attack. What is that function? They defend against the attacks. Okay, I hope this is clear to you. Salting, password cracking. And now, why passwords are hashed? To protect against the unauthorized access, even if someone discovers or sees the, what do we call it? Your database, and they can see the username, password. But if they're hashed and salted, they will not be able to use them for logging into your account, and identity theft or stuff like that will not be able to happen. So, mitigating password exposure. Next is mitigating password exposure, salting for security, authentication, and user privacy. Okay, mitigation password exposure risk means even if the database is exposed, uh, it will be protected. Salting can be added, and authentication, it makes the authentication process better and user privacy. Next, let's talk about the techniques like brute force attack, dictionary attack, rainbow table attack, and phishing. Okay, we are coming to the practical part, guys. We will cover three tools: Hashcat, Hydra, John the Ripper. Okay, that's great, Louise. So what happens in brute force attack? The attacker, whosoever the attacker is, for example, this is my attacker, runs an automated tool, just I listed those three tools, and tries to run multiple login attempts onto the server. It will try all the sort of password, like for example, it will try like, is this, it will first put password, then it will go like, is the password at the rate 123. So it will try all the possible combination of password. Okay, something like this: password, is it password 1234, something like that. Okay, so many passwords are inputted into the input field, like with a username and a password, and they will ultimately brute force it. This is called brute force attack. Next is a dictionary attack. Let's see these brute force and dictionary attacks. So, brute force attack, this method involves trying every possible combination of characters until the correct password is found. It's the most straightforward approach, but can be time consuming. Okay, it tries every possible combination. Either it's characters, either it's letters, either it's numbers, either they are special characters, doesn't matter. Use brute force attacks are used when the length and complexity of the password are unknown. And these tools we are going to use for the brute force attack, John the Ripper, Hashcat, and Hydra, are used for the brute forcing. Next is your dictionary attack. In a dictionary attack, a predefined list of words, phrases, and common passwords from the dictionary. Okay, like for example, some people keep the passwords like tiger, tube light, the words that are already present in a dictionary, right? So these dictionary attacks uses the word list of some common words, phrases, characters, and guesses the password. This is more efficient than brute forcing and effective when user uses the weak or common passwords, because there are many people who are unaware of the password security and uses such passwords. And tool we'll be using for this is your hashcat. Next, what's the difference between brute force attack and the dictionary attack? Brute force attack, just a second, guys. And let me know if you have any doubts and any questions. And do not forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Okay, so brute force attacks attempt to guess the password, try every possible combination, and dictionary attack tries every possible word in a dictionary. So brute force attack is slow and computationally intensive due to its like it has to try everything, every possible of combination of characters. So it's slow and computationally intensive. Whereas dictionary attack is fast but limited by the words in the dictionary. Brute force attack can guess password of any length, and a dictionary attack usually limited to the password of a reasonable length. Next is a rainbow table. So here in brute forcing, what will happen? Or dictionary attack. So uh, like first we have a password list. Okay, or we also call it word list. What does word list have? Some common or random passwords. Then what happens? The attacker uses this word list, already pre-made word list. You can find them on the GitHub. Also, we already have the word list here. That is your rocku.txt. So what you have to do, simply type here word list, hit enter, and in your Kali, you will see all these multiple word lists, Amas, Dub, this, that, and here's the path to all the word list. User, share, word list. Do not ever forget about this path, okay? You need to remember this path. This is a very important one. And here you can see, here are multiple word lists, one Wi-Fi for Wi-Fi cracking, for Metasploit, and here is one more, rocku.txt.gz. So it will ask at the bottom, do you want to extract the word list? Rocky.txt. You can either simply hit yes, or if it do not show this option, what you can do, okay, I by mistake typed yes, and here you can see ls. Here this has been extracted over here, rocky.txt. But if you want to extract it, how do you do it? You simply have to type conzip and then rocky.txt.gz. What is this gz? This is for your, this is a compressed file. Okay, rocky.txt is a very, very huge wordless file. It has got like millions of passwords. Let me show it. If I simply cat and type rocky.txt, here you can see so many passwords are there. Okay, it will just keep on going and going and going. I'm gonna just control Z and stop it. Here you can see monkey, monica, and model, mob. There are so many passwords, guys. Okay, and I'll just have to keep on scrolling. There are like millions and millions of password, and this is the path to it. User share word list. Okay, let's add one more word list. That is your sec list. Okay, how to add it? Simply type sec list, hit enter. and it will ask, do you want to install it? Then I will simply hit yes and enter, and it will start downloading this sec list into your system. Okay, sec list. Here you can see it, SECLIYLISTS. Then it will say, do you want to install it? If it does not show like that, just simply type the command apt install seclist and hit enter. Okay, and if it still doesn't work, just simply update your system apt, or if you are a normal user, sudo apt, apt update and apt upgrade. Okay, that's what you'll have to do. Just update your system. Okay, it's gonna take a while to download your sec list. Let's wait for it, and it needs space, 1 GB space needed. Let it be. So we were talking about brute force. We have got the word list, and the attacker uses an automated tool to, it will just keep on matching the hash. Okay, it will just keep on using the word list and till it reaches the password, the desired password, which will give it the login credentials. Okay, so we are gonna use a lots of tools. Next is your rainbow tables. Okay, this was in your brute forcing. So in brute forcing, one more thing, the password will be converted into what? Hash format, right? And it will be matched with previously stored hash. But what happens in the rainbow tables? Pre-computed hashes. Pre-computed hashes are stored in these rainbow tables, and they do not have to be converted into the hash format. They can be just directly matched with the previously stored hash. Okay, I hope this is clear. In this, there is a word list, a plain text word list. They are first converted into the hash format and then they are matched with it. But rainbow tables have got the pre-computed hashes stored in these, in the word list, kind of, you can say it like that. And it is matched with the previously stored hash. So they do not have to convert it to the specific hashes. So rainbow tables are pre-computed tables containing the hash value of possible passwords. Okay, here also you can see there are already hash values. There are already stored in it. They are used to quickly find a match for a hash password, and rainbow tables are useful when attacking hash passwords. So rainbow tables are also useful when we uh, are attacking hash passwords. They save time compared to the rehashing and comparing every possible password. Tool using rainbow tables, rainbow crack. And if any new person joined, let me tell you that we already have a series in Hindi on the same topics, CEH. We have already covered the topics in Hindi, and now we are covering it in English. Rainbow tables are useful when attacking hash passwords, and they save time compared to rehashing and comparing every possible password. Tool using rainbow tables, rainbow crack. Next, phishing attack. Phishing involves tricking individuals into revealing their passwords by disguising as a trustworthy entity, often via fake websites or email. We have already covered the phishing part, right? We use the Zigfisher tool for that. And phishing is a social engineering technique that relies on user naivety. Means it do not have to do with the attacker. If the target is not aware about the phishing attacks, it can easily fall for it. Even if they are aware of the phishing techniques and everything, they can still fall for it if you are giving them the right bait, right? As I told you already, everyone is greedy. You'll have to just put that greed in front, okay, and that person will be able to get it. Attackers create fake websites, email, and messages to trick the users into revealing their password. We have already covered all of it. Okay, is there anyone who want me to repeat this phishing tool thing? Just let me know. I can do it again. I have already opened my Linux, so it won't take long. Okay, and here our checklist is also installed. Checklist has got multiple word list. It has got vast word list, and we can choose from there. Okay, here let me see where it is installed. Not here. Cd dot dot. Here, checklist would be there. MNOPQRST. Sec. Here. Okay, it's stored in user share. Not in the user share word list. It's stored in user share. So I'm going to go to the checklist. LS. Okay. Here you can say user share checklist. We have got some for discovery, for fuzzing, for passwords. We already used this one in enumeration part as well, right? We use the checklist for enumeration, and we can use discovery, fuzzing for directory, busting for fuzzing. We can use these directories. Let's go to the passwords one at the moment. Okay, in the passwords, if I ls, here you can see there are multiple 500 worst passwords, and software, common credentials. We can go to the common credential, cracked hashes, default credentials, honeypot captures, leaked databases, malwares, months.txt. Okay, there are so many word lists. Here you can see Zetonet 10 million password. This has got 10 million, this has got 100,000, this has got 10,000, 1,000, Here are the are multiple word list, password list, and let's clear it. And this is the path user share checklist. Anyone want me to run the Zfisher tool again, phishing tool again? Let me know. No? Let's continue with our tools then. Okay, the first tool that we are going to cover today is your John the Ripper. Okay, so John the Ripper is a very popular open source password cracking tool. It's used for legitimate purposes like password auditing and recovery. For instance, system administrators may employ it to identify weak passwords in their system. Okay, let's see how it is used. These are used for identifying the weak password and also used for the password recovery of any file. So let's make two files first of all. Okay, I'm going to make new two text files. Let's make name it one.txt, and let's make one more 2.txt. Okay, I'm going to put some important data over here. Also, do not forget to do the practical simultaneously. Okay, not simultaneously, but even after the class, if you do the practical part, it will be very beneficial for you guys. Important data. So this is my important data, and I'm going to save it. I'm going to close it. Let's go to the 2.txt, and here I'm going to put crucial dot crucial data. Let's put crucial data over here. I'm going to save it, close it. Okay, now we have got two text files. Now, like for example, this has got very crucial data. So what I will do, I will put the password on them. How will I do that? I should have a tool called WinRAR for that. Okay, do just install a tool WinRAR. Okay, here. Just download it, install the tool. Now I'm gonna right click on the file, and after right clicking on it, here I've got the option add to archive, add to one.rar, compress, vagera vagera. So I'm gonna go to add to archive, and here you can see I've got the option. I want to convert it to a RAR file or I want to convert it to a zip file. Okay, I want to keep it RAR file and I will be setting a password over here. So here I'm putting a very simple password for now. Okay, here's my password and I'm gonna save it. Okay, and here we got the one.rar file. Let's take this 2.txt and convert it to the zip file. Add to archive. Then I'm going to click on the zip file. Then I'm going to set password also over here. So this is my password. I'm taking simple password because the brute forcing takes a lots of time. Okay, sometimes guys, the brute forcing might take up to weeks or like it might take up to weeks. So it's a very time consuming process as well. So I've set it the password. Here we have the zip file. We have deleted those files. Okay. Now, if I try to open this zip file, okay, here it will ask for the password, and same is with the another file. So, for example, someone forget the password of these files. What I have to do, I'll have to simply take them to the Linux. Take these two files, put it over here. Okay, I have got RAR and zip file over here. Now let's start the password cracking. So the tool I was talking about is John the Ripper. Okay, and where the files are not here. Let's go to the desktop. Here, 1.rar, 2.zip. Here are the files of which I want to crack the password of. Simply rar to John. First, let's take this one. Rar to John, and I'm gonna just put the output in 1.txt file. Okay, hit enter. Created directory raw root John rar to John. Just a minute. Let's see the commands and everything. File name, zip to John, file name, 1.txt. Okay, I forgot the file name. Okay, rar to John and then 1.rar, that file name. Do not forget the file name here. Rar to John, because this is a rar file, right? That's why I will put rar. For the zip file, I will put zip over here to John and then 1.rar and convert it to 1.txt, hit enter. ls. Here you can see 1.txt is over here. Let's cat this 1.txt. Okay, this is the hashed password of it. Okay, how do we crack it? So simply type John 1.txt, hit enter. Okay, first rar to John, then that rar file and save it. How to fix the drag and drop problem in Kali? Okay, you can use another method, Louise. I'll tell you in a minute. If it is not working, if drag and drop doesn't work, I have another method for you. I think I already told it in the previous classes, but I'll tell you again. Because sometimes in some systems it doesn't work, but that's not the only option we have. Okay, so now you can see the password is cracked. QWERTY was the password for 1.txt. So I can simply go to 1.rar, click on it, put the password over here, QWERTY, okay, and here you can see the important data. Okay, quality and everything is done. Now let me show you if your drag and drop is not working, what you should do. There is a folder, media folder, cd/media ls. Okay, in the media folder, we can put a shared folder. Okay, what that shared folder will be used for? For connecting your Windows folder with your Linux folder. Go to your virtual box, and here you simply have to go to the settings of Kali Linux. Then here click on shared folders. Then click on this plus button. Here folder path. So for example, the folder I have in on desktop. Okay, let me create a folder on the desktop first of all. I'm gonna right click. I'm gonna simply new folder, and let's name it Linux. Okay, because I'm gonna use it as a Linux shared folder. I've named it Linux. Now I'm gonna go back to the VM here in the shared folder. Click on add again here. The path other on the desktop. Where is my desktop? Here is the Linux folder. Select folder. Okay. Then read, not read only, auto mount, make permanent. Okay. Okay, this here is the folder. And then okay. Here let's ls now. Here you can see the shared folder Linux. That this is that folder. So let's go to this shared folder cd shared folder Linux ls. You can see there is no content in that folder yet. Let's put some content from here. Let's put this 1.rar and 2.zip files from my desktop. Here you can see these are here now. Let's go back to the Linux and ls again. And you can see these 1.rar and 2.zip are shown over here as well. Okay, so this is how you can make a shared folder into your system. Okay, guys, if you haven't liked the video yet, please do not forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. We have already cracked the password of one file, that was 1.rar file. Now let's crack the password of another file which is already on the desktop. Okay, now already cracked the file. Now let's crack the password of 2.zip. So again, zip to John. 2.zip is the file that I want to crack the password of. No issues, too easy. Then save it to 2.txt, hit enter. And here you can see 2.txt. Let's see what is the content of 2.txt. Here you can see it's a zip and the hash password is stored in here. Now I'm going to simply type John 2.txt, hit enter. Okay, now password is getting cracked. Here you can see this was the password. Secret was the password, and also this is the word list that is being used to crack the password. What is the part to it? User share John password list. Okay, this is the word list. So I'm going to copy the path and show it to you. Cat Control Shift V. Okay, this is the complete word list. It has got multiple passwords. It's a very long word list too. It has got some common word list passwords. Okay, now this is the word list this was using. But what if I want to use my own word list? What about that? Again, we have an option for that. Okay, and one more thing, this password is cracked of secret now. So let's try to open this 2.zip file. Okay, this might not open in your Linux. So let's open it in your Windows only. And what was the password? Secret. I'm going to put the password over here. Okay. And here you can see the content of the file. Okay. Now, John help. You can see over here there are multiple options we have in the John the Ripper tool too. So for the word list, I think we have hyphen. Word list. Let me look. Let me check it. Hyphen word list. I cannot find it. So I'm gonna grep word list. Okay, here. Hyphen word list can be used. So I can simply put the command like this. John 2.txt, then hyphen word list. Then I can give the path of the word list. User, share, word list, rocky.txt, for example, I want to use. Okay, instead of the default word list, I want to use this word list or the sec list. I can give the path like this and hit enter. It will start. Okay, the 2.txt is not here. That's why it says no 2.txt. It's okay. Let's go to the desktop. And here we have the file 2.txt. Now let's run that command. Okay, here you can. Oh no. Word list, user, share. Okay, it will take time. Never mind. It's working correct. Okay, it's trying to identify the hash, I guess. Yes. Okay, so this is how. John 2.txt, then it's going to use the word list, user share, word list, rocky.txt, and it's going to take some time, of course. I hope, guys, this is clear to you how to use Sean the Ripper tool. And let's see what we have covered till now. We talked about what is password cracking, then about how the passwords are saved into a database, what is salting we have covered, and why passwords are hashed, techniques for password cracking, brute force attack, dictionary attack, rainbow table attack, phishing technique, and tools we have covered John the Ripper. And these are the, you can take the screenshot of the steps for John the Ripper. Let's do, it's gonna take a while. Raw format. I think we can also give the formatting. I'll show it tomorrow if it is not done today. Let's run this tool that we skipped, just in case anyone wants to know about the phishing tool too. That was your Zfisher. HTR tech code. I'm going to copy it. I'm going to go to the Linux and git clone. What happened? बोलो. उससे नहीं हुआ अभी. ओके. तुम जाओगे वहाँ. Zfisher already exists. Never mind. Here. I'm going to go to the Zfisher. ls. Here I'm going to simply run it. /zfisher.sh. Let's take Instagram. Okay, we have already done the theory part of it and the practical too, but let me show it to you again for those who don't know about it. Then I'm going to choose the login page. Then Cloudflare Net I'm going to use. So at that time it was not working. I don't want a custom port, so I'm going to simply hit enter. And mask URL, no. Let's copy the link. Control Shift C. Paste it or give it to your target. And when the target opens that link, this is what the target will see. And here, let's put the password. Like this is White Fortress Security, and the password, for example, is WFA @WFA, and login. Wait a minute. Okay, and here you can see it. Okay, and if the user will also log in into its account, and we will get the credentials as well. Okay, guys, see you tomorrow. We have already completed, and anyone also you can see the victim IP we have got. Anyone who have got any doubt, any question, let me know. Thank you for watching. If you need mentorship, you can definitely contact us on the number given in the description below. Yes, it's done, sir. Bye, guys.